All right, so it's recording now. So welcome. Well, I hope you're feeling good today, and welcome to this training today of about the 5 ways for empaths to connect with their inner power. Well, I'd like to start by saying that at any time, I would like to make this interactive. So at any time that you have any questions or any comments, anything, you just drop it on the comment box, which is on the left your right side. So just drop it there and I can respond to you. Okay, so I would like to start just by introducing myself. So for those of you who don't know me or it's the first time you're seeing me, so my name is Carla. I am an empowerment and a spiritual transformational coach for empaths. Specifically for empaths. So what I do is I work with people that are empaths and we are feeling kind of disempowered or tired or feeling tired and exhausted or feeling like they're living a life which is not aligned with who they truly are, and they feel ready to make a shift. So make a shift in frequency, make a shift in vibration, and step into a place of empowerment. And into a place where they become, they realize that they are the creators of their own reality, of their own lives. So I am an intuitive empath myself. I have been in this very long journey of also of empowerment and start living from my own inner truth. I had a major spiritual awakening about years ago. When I had glimpses of awakening all my life, but when I got pregnant for my daughter. I have a 5-year-old daughter 5 years ago, and I had this major blown spiritual awakening where I connected with a part of myself that I haven't been. Oh, hi Melinda, welcome. Where I connected with a part of myself that I haven't been connected for a long time, maybe even from a previous life. And I started having my heart opening, and I started to have this urge, this call to live from my own truth. And that's when I started my journey of self-healing and started connecting with my truth, basically, and started to create a life which is aligned with who I truly am. That's why I've come to a point where I am ready to help others, to help other empaths that are on this journey as well, because I've been there myself, and I can hold this space also for other people now to step up, so to come into this place. All right, so I think I would like to start by, I think it's important if we talk about or give a bit of an explanation of what is an empath, because I have a lot of people asking me, am I an empath? How do I know, etc. And it's like, you just know. that's the truth. It's like it will come to you at the right time. At a point when you're ready, it will come to you, and you basically you just know. And it came to me when I was at the time of my spiritual awakening years ago, and I just started searching for things on Google about what's going on with me. I'm going crazy, blah blah. So it just came to me, and it just made sense. It just gave sense to everything that I've been feeling and experiencing my whole life. So, being an empath, it's a bit different from being a highly sensitive person. So because all empaths are highly sensitive people, but a highly sensitive person doesn't necessarily be an empath, because a highly sensitive person is someone who picks up the energy of a space, of another person, of a group of people, etc. The empath, it goes a bit further than that. It just takes in the emotions of others and the emotional pains of others, and sometimes even the physical pains. It takes them into their bodies, and there's a purpose. There's a reason for that, and it's not to live an exhausted life. It's not that definitely it's not. It's about, and that's why connecting with your inner power is so important for empaths, because the purpose of an empath, it's a big one actually, because we're all like light workers. We're all here to transmute negative energy into positive energy. That's why We feel the pains and emotional pains of other people, and of this energy and the pains of the world. Sometimes it feels like you have to hold the weight of the world on your shoulders. It's because we have this purpose of doing this work, of this just by being here, by doing this work on yourself, but just by watching this training, you're already doing this work on yourself. So you're not helping yourself, but you're helping others as well, because that's your purpose. It's to transmute negative energy into positive energy. But the thing is, we can only do that without compromising our well-being if we do that first on ourselves, because we live in a first universe, right? So we need to go inside, we need to go within and do this transmutation work in ourselves first. So that means facing our own shadows, facing our own fears, facing our own wounds, our own limiting beliefs, everything that's very often we have been avoiding to face for a long time, because there's no other way around it. Cannot go above or under. You need to go through. You need to feel everything that needs to be felt, and that's basically the reason why we have, as empaths, we have so many painful experiences throughout our lives, and with experiences, relationships, etc. They are so painful. It's because they are being like a mirror to ourselves, and to tell us, like, you need to go within. You need to go within. You need to face what you've been looking for outside of you. You need to go within, and you need to face it inside. That's why we have these mirrors, and unless we realize this, that's how it's going to be our entire lives. And that's not the purpose of an empath. The purpose of an empath is to live a happy life, and you might not feel that way very often, but it is. That's the purpose of an empath, and it's doing that work of transmuting negative energy into positive energy. It's like we are powerhouses, I call it badasses, powerhouses that have this power to do this work and just help the collective, help the entire world, just by being ourselves. I'm not saying you have to start a career as a light worker or anything like that. Of course you can, if that's your call, but that's why, the reason why we feel the emotions and pains of other people. It's not a curse, like many people say. It's like a blessing, because we have this power to do this transmutation work. But we need to go inside. We need to go within ourselves first, and so that's why it's so important to connect with our inner power. Because you need to step into a higher vibration where we can hold that vibration and be able to do this work of transmutation from negative energy into positive energy without compromising our well-being. And in fact, when you do this work on yourself, and I'm sure if you're here watching this, it's because you're feeling ready to start doing that work in yourself, and that's when you're going to be able to hold this vibration in a sustainable way, and even you can even start feeling energized by being with other people. And that's how it works. That's how, the more you connect with your inner power, the more you're going to be able to do to step into this place where you're going to be able to be in the middle of a crowd, go on an airplane, go to the supermarket, etc., and help others as well if that's your call. But feeling good, just feeling, putting your well-being first and feeling good. So right, so we're going to start talking about the five ways for empaths to can connect with your inner power. This is basically the five. It's the basis of the one-on-one coaching that I do with my clients. Of course, there's a lot more into it, because this is a process. It doesn't happen overnight, but this is like the five core things, the core bases that I work with my clients on my coaching. So the first one, it's the awareness. It's having the awareness that, because I've been there myself. I spent many years without having the awareness that I'm not at the mercy of life, what life throws at me. I'm not at the mercy of feeling the emotional pains of everyone and just feeling completely exhausted and drained, and etc. But I didn't have this awareness for a very, very long time, in my childhood, in my teenage years, and when I became an adult, and I didn't have that awareness, and I know it happens for a lot of us. because we just feel, okay, this is the way it is. I have to do what life throws at us, and etc. And that's, I have no control. That's just how it is, and that's. But we come to a point in our lives, and I believe that's why you're here watching this. It's because we want more. We know that life, there's more to life than just this. They're just soaking up everything like a sponge, and we know we start having this awareness, and it starts to be in our conscious minds, like there's more to life. There's more to life than this, and we start to become the awareness behind our thoughts, behind our beliefs, behind what other people tell us that how life should be, and what we need to do, and what we should do, etc., etc. So when we start having, for many people, it starts with an awakening. It starts with a spiritual awakening. As I was saying at the beginning, for me, it happened when I got pregnant for my daughter, because I started to connect with a part of me that I wasn't connecting, and my heart started to open. And for other people, I know we're all different. We all have different experiences, different journeys. So it can be, I don't know, for some people it's like they become sick, or they have a near-death experience, or they have some trauma happening, or some events. There's always some catalyst, some catalyst experience or person that will set up the wheels in motion, and we start waking up, and we start having when the veil is lifted, there's no way back. Oh, there is. You can go back to sleep, but I don't think that's the purpose. So, and we start having this consciousness, this awareness that there's more, and our soul knows there's more, and we're craving more, we want more, and we start to go on this quest to find out who we are, who we truly are at the soul level, not what parents said that we have to be, or other relationships, or educational or religious systems, but who we truly are at the heart, and that's when we start having this awareness. That's when it all starts. Because when you start having the awareness, you can set up the intention of wanting to change your life, and wanting to connect with your truth, connect with your inner power, connect with your truth. And even if it's not like a conscious intention, I say, to tell the universe, yes, from today I want to start doing this, I want to live a happy life. Sometimes it's just an unconscious feeling, and it becomes being more conscious, but that's how it starts. It's when you set up this intention of, and I believe that's why you're watching here. You're not here by chance now, and it's because you're already setting up this intention of changing your life, and changing your life for the better, because you deserve it. And this is the first thing, which is very important, is for you to connect with your inner power, is having this awareness. And don't deny this awareness. Do not ignore it. Because even if other people do not understand, I know I coach a lot of people that say to me that they try to explain this to others, or to friends or family, and etc., and they don't understand. Yes, the reason why they don't understand, because they're not on the same journey as you. So, which is fine, because our journeys are valuable and have their own meaning. So, it's like, don't try to explain this to everyone, especially to people that don't understand, because it will just gonna lower your vibration, and you will just start questioning everything, etc. So just trust it. Trust this awareness that it's taking you to where you want to go, to where your soul wants to go. So this is first one, which is the awareness, basically. The second way for empaths to connect with their inner power, it's by, and this is super, super important. If I think I would say, if you only take one thing from this training today, it's this. It's the fact that your emotions are your guiding system of your life. It's where your power is. It's in your emotions. It's in what you feel, how you feel. Because especially for empaths, because we have lived, I believe, we have lived many past lives, and we have the wisdom of many, many past lives inside of us. And how we feel, it's the connection with that wisdom. So you can trust it. You can, and you should trust it, because it's basically when you feel like you are in an experience, or you are with someone and it doesn't feel good, like it feels off, something feels off. It's like, it's because it's true, you can trust it. It's because it's not your truth. It can be true, it can be the truth for someone else, but it's not for you. It's not your truth. That's why it feels bad. That's why it feels off. And I think in our society, where, especially from our education, we are so conditioned to ignore. Very often this happens with empaths, but I think it's part of our life experience, the experiences we have to go through. We have so conditioned to ignore what we feel, and just to live in our minds and say, oh, what we think, it's the truth, it's the reality, it's the truth. So, and also to trust what we think, or trust cold facts, and etc. But as empaths, what we feel, it's not here. Actually, our truth is not here. It's here. It's in our hearts. It's in how it's in our intuition. It's on how we feel, and that's where our power is. I wish someone told us that when you were a child, and but that's part of the experiences we have to have, and life doesn't come with a manual, unfortunately. So, but that's where your power is. And when you start to realize this, when you start having this awareness, and that's where your whole life changes, because you start trusting it, you start honoring how you feel, and start listening to how you feel. Because I know I've been there myself. I've spent many years ignoring how I feel. It's like, no, I'm not supposed to feel this. I shouldn't feel this way. I should feel that way, because that's how it's supposed to be. Blah 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 blah. All that kind of bullshit. And but it just comes to a point where you need to start listening, and pay attention to how you feel. If something feels good, if a relationship, an experience, a job, etc. feels good, it's because it's connected to who you are. It's connected to your truth. If something doesn't feel good, it's because it's not. It's as simple as this. But I know that for empaths, it's sometimes it's hard to distinguish between, okay, but how do I know if what I'm feeling it's mine, or am I picking up from someone else? This is very common, especially when we are picking up everything around us. And that's when it becomes very, very important to have time for yourself, to daily have time to sit in silence and just listening to yourself. And I coach people that it happens very often when we come to this point and you're ready to do this work and to do this shift. Something changes in your life that allows you to have time to just be with yourself. Sometimes it's like you lose your job, or move to another city, or you separate, your marriage ends, or something like that. There's always something happens that allows you to have more time to be with yourself, because this is so important. It's by shutting down all the noises of the world, around you, or other people, and also television and social media and other things, and just sit with yourself. If you like to meditate, you can, or just have a conversation with yourself, just listen, pay attention to how you feel, because this is where your whole life is going to change. And as I was saying, if you take just one thing from this training, this is the most important thing. It's to trust, listen, and trust, and start honoring how you feel. If something doesn't feel good, trust it. It's not you. It's not connected with your truth. And this is like I think this is like a practice, because especially when we have spent so many years in our lives not paying attention or not honoring how we feel. This requires practice, but it takes time. This is a process. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. So this is number 2. So if you have as I've said in the beginning, but again, if you have any questions or any comments, just drop it in the comment box, and I'll read it and I'll respond. So anything you want to say or you want to ask. So number three, which is also very, very, very important in this process of connecting with your inner power. Something I would like to say first is that I think I haven't mentioned this, and it's very important. It's that your inner power, it's inside of you already. It always has been. It's not something you have to achieve or you have to get it or or make it. No, it's something that it's already inside of you. It always has been. I like there's a saying from the movie Wizard of Oz, when the good witch tells Dorothy, you always had a power inside of you. You always had to discover it for yourself, because that's what it is. It's already inside of you. We just spend our entire life just giving our power away to others when we agree to things that are not aligned with us. But it's already inside. So that's very important, because this is not. I think in our society we have this thing about go get it, very masculine energy of have to make it happen, have to go get it, like it's something external. The things we want are always external, outside of ourselves. It's not. It's already inside of you, and it always has been. So the third way, it's setting up boundaries, and this is so important for empaths, especially if you are in a relationship with, and this happens very, very often. It happened with me. It happens with, 99% of empaths. It sometimes happens when you are in a relationship with a narcissistic person, and this is and usually in this kind of relationships there are no boundaries. You have no boundaries. You accept everything and say yes to everything, even if it makes you feel bad. There's a reason for this. As I was saying in the beginning, all painful experiences are mirrors. So, and a relationship with a narcissistic person, it's a mirror. It's not about them. It's not about the relationship. It's about you. It's always, always, always about you. And it's always about, it's a mirror. Again, that relationship, that person is being a mirror, is telling you, go inside, go inside, go inside, find yourself, connect with your power. And that's why when we start doing this work and connecting with our power, very often those type of relationships, they just end. They will just, sometimes they shift, they change. If they're not, it's a narcissistic person with not very high spectrum narcissism, but sometimes they'll just end, they'll just vanish, and sometimes it's like good riddance, bye, good riddance. And that's why it's so important to setting up boundaries. And when I talk about setting up boundaries, it's not starting with others, it's starting with yourself, because we live in a you first universe. It all starts with us first. And that's why it's important to listen to how you feel, because that's how you set up boundaries. And set up boundaries, it's about saying no to the things that doesn't make you feel good, and it's and of course saying yes to the things that make you feel good, of course. But it's because I know that most of us, especially empaths, we have this call and this urge to help others, to be of service. And especially when we feel someone that it's kind of, we feel their emotions, we feel they are in emotional pain, they are struggling, and we have this call, this urge to help, because it's natural. That's our purpose. But we cannot do that at the expense of our well-being. That's not how it works. So we need to say no. We need to pay attention to how we feel and to connect with our well-being, putting our well-being as a priority, and just start saying no. Because when you say no to something or someone that doesn't make you feel good, you are saying yes to yourself, and you are honoring yourself, and you are honoring the other person too, because we are all capable. We all have our inner power, empaths or not. We all have our inner power inside ourselves. You're all capable. So you're not here to do the work for someone else, or you don't need to have someone else feeding on your energy, all the time, because that's not the purpose. So setting up boundaries starts with yourself, and you can start with, doesn't have to start with the big things, like relationships or jobs or work, etc. But sometimes it starts with the small things. Like I like to say to the clients I coach, it's like baby steps. It's for example, I like to give this example of the coffee. If you're drinking a coffee you don't enjoy, just stop it. Just say, I don't like your coffee, I don't want to drink you anymore. I'm going to get the brand that I like and that I enjoy, that makes me feel good. And it starts with these small things, which you may think like, oh, but it's not important, it's just such a small thing. But it's how you change your vibration, because when you say no to it, there's no small things in this world, because the universe doesn't see a small or a big thing. It just sees vibration. It just recognizes vibration. So small or big, when you're saying no to something that doesn't make you feel good, that it's not connected, it's not aligned with you, you're saying yes to yourself, and you're putting your well-being first, and you're starting this process of setting up your boundaries. And this is a process you're going to get used to. The more you do, the more you say no to things and it doesn't matter if other people don't understand, because it's not your job to make them understand. Everyone is responsible for how they feel, and everyone is capable. As we were saying before, everyone is responsible for what they feel. That's their responsibility to deal with. It's not your responsibility. And you don't have to feel, I know sometimes you can feel like guilty something for but that's just a limiting belief, because when you're saying yes to yourself, you're also being a mirror for the other person. Hey, you can say yes to yourself too. You're actually helping them. So, and that will become your new reality. It's when you're going to set up these boundaries, and people will start to feel it. They start to feel your boundaries, that you start to have boundaries. And sometimes it's not a question, I'm going to become very aggressive now, I'm going to say no. It's not this. It's not being mean to other people or being aggressive. Sometimes it's just by doing this work with yourself, with choosing things that you like and saying no to the things you don't like. Your vibration changes, and other people, they're going to feel it. Even if not empaths, they're going to feel it. And they're not going to be able to feed on your energy, and that's why it's very often your relationships are going to change, or some type of relationships are going to end, because you're going to be on a different vibration. You're going to be on a different frequency, and this is so important, for empaths to have set up this boundary. Start with yourself. This is not about others. It's not about how someone else is treating you, or the things they are saying, or they did something that hurt me. This is the focus needs to shift from other people and to you, because everyone else is a mirror. Everything that happens in your life, everyone else that is in your life, it's a mirror to who you are, basically. So when you start having these boundaries, you're going to stop attracting people, they're going to cross them, and you start attracting people that have boundaries themselves. And they respect, and that respect you. So because you are respecting yourself. So this is basically about respecting and honoring yourself. And this is maybe sometimes very often I know people that are going to do this for the first time in their lives. And so be gentle, just be gentle with yourself, and allow this process to happen in this divine timing. You know what I mean? All right. So this is number 3. Number 4 of how empaths can connect to their inner power. It's letting go of limiting beliefs, and this is huge. This is huge. There's a lot. I think I could do a training just on this alone, this topic alone, and because it doesn't. This is something that definitely doesn't happen overnight. Because limiting beliefs, it's the beliefs that we have, or how we should behave, or what we should do, that very often we acquire from our childhood, from parents, from educational systems, religious systems, and other family or the relationships, etc. It's those beliefs that, for example, I can give my own example. I used to believe in the past that I have to have a 9-to-5 job. That's how my parents believed. That's how I had a relationship at the time, that's with someone that also was their belief. So I just bought into it for a long time. And I have to have a secure job, a 9-to-5 job, have a paycheck, blah blah blah. That's how life works, blah blah blah. But that never resonated with me, because I'm not the kind that type of person. I'm not saying this is right or wrong to have a 9-to-5 job. It might be right for someone else, but it wasn't right for me. It wasn't my truth. So I bought into this for many years, and I have many jobs because I was unemployable. I can never stay in a place for too long, because I felt like it was like soul crushing. I felt like I was dying inside. I always felt this call, this urge, this to help others. and to help others start living a great life. So that was miles away from my life calling. So but I had this belief that no, hey, the 9 to 5 job, it's what you need to do, it's what you have to do. And then of course when I started my awakening process and start connecting with my inner power and stop giving my power away to others and start saying no to the things that don't make me feel good, of course I start saying no to all these jobs, to all being 9 to 5 jobs and all these things. And that's when I started to change my belief, because I started to realize this belief is not me. It doesn't make me feel good. If feeling good, it's what we are here for. That's, I believe, it's the purpose of everyone, empaths or not. It's to feel good. It's our birthright just by being in this world. And so that belief doesn't resonate with me. So and I started to let go. So I started to and it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. So I was saying it's a process because sometimes it's so ingrained in our subconscious. In a subconscious level, that we need to bring it into our consciousness, into our conscious level, and in order to let go. And there are many, many other beliefs that we all have, especially around relationships, around even money, or relationship with money, or how deserving we are of money, or how deserving we are of a good relationship, or romantic, or other kinds of relationships, of how we deserve to live a happy life, etc. There are so many beliefs, and I think as empaths that we feel the emotions of others, and when we have the emotions of others and the beliefs of others, it's like it's a lot. It's a lot that we are dealing with. So, but when we start having the awareness, that the other things we've been talking about, the awareness, paying attention to how you feel, having your boundaries, that's when you start connecting with what you want, with your truth, from your heart. That's when your heart starts to open. You start paying attention. What is my truth? What do I like? What do I enjoy? What do I really want to do with my life? And when you start paying attention to that and actually honoring that becomes so important, that it's like your beliefs, the beliefs that you have that make you feel bad, they start to become so small in comparison, and the more you focus on what you really want, because the thing is, you are going to be releasing those beliefs, those old limiting beliefs, and you're still going to start creating your new ones that are yours, that come from your truth, comes from your inner truth. And it's a beautiful place to be. I believe it's beautiful, and it's a place that for me, it took me 35 years to get to this place. And I know it doesn't matter which age you are. What I'm trying to say is just sometimes it takes a long time, because it's just a lessons we have to learn and we have to go through, and it's normal. But it's important to have this awareness, because those limiting beliefs are just thoughts that we give attention to. That's what the limiting belief is. It's the stories we tell ourselves of why I cannot do this. For example, if you want to start your own business, but you have this belief, oh, but I can't because no one in my family did it before, or because I don't have enough money to start my own business, or because I don't have the specific course or accreditation, or I cannot travel, blah, 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 blah. These are all stories. It's just stories based on limiting beliefs that we are telling ourselves. But when we just stop believing them, start letting go of them, we start realizing that there's no limits. There are limits, are just the limits that we put ourselves in. That's why it's very, very important to start realizing. It just do this work of realizing what are your limiting beliefs, what are the stories that you are buying into, that come from parents, that come from educational systems, religious systems, and you do that by paying attention to how you feel. If it doesn't make you feel good, it's because it's limiting yourself, because we are all here in this world to expand. That's our purpose. It's not to contract, and those beliefs just makes us contract. But we are here to remove them and to expand ourselves into this world. That's what's the most important thing. So number 5, the number 5 way of that empaths can connect to their inner power it's putting your well-being first at all times. So this is something that I think most of us, especially as empaths, we are not used to do this. We are used to put the well-beings of others ahead of us, because sometimes, very often, we have this call to help other people. And it's like this urge that to help, and that makes the life of other people more important than our own lives. But what happens is that that's not how it's supposed to be, because you can only help someone else when you feel good, because it's like you are here, and when someone comes that wants to feed on your energy, and it's going to drag you down, and you're going to both go down, but when you do this work on yourself, and you're going to be holding the higher energy, higher vibration, that's when you can help other people, because you're going to hold this vibration, you're going to help others to step up. You're not going to be dragged down, but you're going to help others to step up into higher vibration. And that's how you can, if you have this call to help other people as an empath or as a light worker, that's how you know that you are ready to help others. It's when you put your well-being first at all times, and how you feel. It's so important. You're supposed to feel good. And this is something like, I call it positive brainwashing, just even write it on post-its around the house, etc. I'm supposed to feel good. I'm supposed to feel good. I'm supposed to feel good. It's because you deserve it. You deserve this, and give this to yourself. It's the opportunity, the allowing for you to feel good, and putting your well-being first. And again, this doesn't start with the big things. It doesn't start with relationships and work and all those big things. It starts with small things. It starts with, again, drinking a coffee you enjoy, doing things that you enjoy, spending your days doing things that have purpose, that makes you feel good. And you don't have to be in a state of doing all the time. You can just be, just be with yourself. Just do, I don't know, sometimes you can just go and take a nap, just if it makes you feel good, because because when you realize this, that you can only help others when you put your well-being first, that's when also you stop attracting all those people that just want to feed on your energy, because they're not able to feed on your energy anymore, because you're feeling good. You are committed. This is non-negotiable. You are committed to feeling good at all times. So, and this is how you need to tell yourself. And my well-being comes first. It's a priority. Because there's no purpose in letting go of your well-being, or accepting things that you don't like or that you don't enjoy just to help someone else, because you need to help yourself first. That's how it works. So yeah, I would like to ask you guys, do you have any questions now? Is there anything? Is there? Oh, sorry. I'm gonna mute because I think you're all. Yes, I'm gonna unmute everyone. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Melinda.
Yes, can you hear? Okay. Can you hear me?
I can. Yes. I can.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Wait.
Do you have any question, Melinda?
Yes. Forgot. The volume. I can see the volume.
You can, if you can write the question on the chat box, on the comments box, if you want. If you're having issues with the sound, or.
Because this is new to me, so I wait.
And if you, any of you guys, Andy or Tara, if you have any questions as well, just
yeah, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Sometimes I have people coming up to me that are not taking care of their, like they don't have personal responsibility, yet they want my time and energy and for me to engage with them, but I don't want to because it doesn't feel good. What do I do?
Okay. So when did you find out, Jill, let me ask you a question first, Sarah. When did you find out you're an empath? Was it recent?
Uh, Probably a few years ago, I realized it.
Okay. So is this something that happens like on a constant basis for you?
Yeah, right now, yeah, it does.
Okay. Is
It's
it
happening less
okay?
since I started doing a lot of the things that you were just talking about, but it's still happening sometimes.
Well, that's normal. That's normal because as I was saying, this is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. This is a process that takes many steps, many stages, because this is something that we're changing at the cellular level. We're changing our DNA as well. So this is, and sometimes very often we are integrating new stuff. We're having very fast moving energies at the moment, and we're integrating new stuff. So this is a process. And if you feel it's been less, it's because it's working. So just be gentle. First thing is just be gentle with yourself. Don't feel like you should be in a in a, I don't know, it's another place at the moment, that you shouldn't be having those people coming to you, but because you are where you should at all times. So just first of all, be gentle with yourself. That's very important. And the second thing is, if you can't, if you're able to do this, just say no. Just put your boundaries and say no. You don't need to be, as I was saying, you don't need to be aggressive to people. That's not the purpose. It's not to start being aggressive or mean to others, because that's the opposite of what we want. We want to be assertive, and we just want to say no. And very often, no, it's a complete sentence. You don't need to explain.
Okay.
You can just say, because it doesn't make me feel good. Because when you say no to someone, you are actually honoring yourself, and you are honoring the other person. I'm talking about people that just basically wants to feed in your energy.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah, those kind of people.
Yeah, they want you to do the work for them.
Yes.
So you can say no at all times. And I know sometimes it's hard, because especially if you can have people that will make you feel bad by doing this, and well, it's just what it is. Because as I was saying before, it's not your responsibility. It's everyone is capable. If you know that everyone is capable of doing their inner work, everyone has their inner power. What you're basically doing, you're helping them. When you say no, you're helping them as well. You're helping yourself. You're putting well-being first, and you are helping them. You are saying no. It's like you are capable. So just go and deal with your stuff, because I am dealing with mine. And if I can't do it, you can do it too. You don't need to say all this to them, because sometimes
Right.
they're not in the same journey as you, so they won't understand. But you can just say no, and that's it. Because this is a process. As you do this more and more and more often, you're going to change your vibration. You're going to start having those boundaries. You're going to be in a vibration of having boundaries. If we can do it, if you can say it that way. But
Okay. I think I understand what you're saying. And I was stuck because I felt like I was judging people. But really, if I look at it more from like that's my boundary instead of me judging somebody, then it makes more sense to me.
yeah, I think very often we put the focus on other people. It's like what they're doing to me, and they're trying to feed in my energy, and etc. They're doing this, they're saying that, but it's like we need to shift the focus on ourselves, because that's we attract who we are. Everyone is a mirror. I'm not saying you're guilty of what's happening. It's not that. I'm just saying that you need to become what you want, basically what you want to attract. And so it's not about them. It's just let them be what they are. They are on their own journey. They have to deal with their own shadows, with their own stuff. Just let them be. And just focus on yourself. Focus on where am I not, why is this happening? Why am I allowing this? What are the boundaries I'm not putting to myself and to others? You know, shift the focus on you, and go and do your inner work. Your reality will change. Eventually, I feel like it's changing already. But yeah, this makes sense.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Melinda, do you want to ask any?
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
No? Okay.
I think I can hear you.
Okay. What if I'm with my sister, and she's also, I think she is more empathic than I am, but we're two different, we're always, how do you call that? We're two different poles, so we often argue. Um, how can we work on that? Because we have two different personalities, but she's more empathic, I think, because she she absorbs more all the negativities and than I am. I want quiet place, but she prefer um crowded place. There's difference, but she's,
Okay.
how can we work on that?
Do you live together? Did I understand it right? You
Yes.
live together. Yes. Okay. So, well, I think it's the same thing as I was saying I would say to Tara. It's like you need to shift the focus from your sister and focus on yourself. You know, and so you don't have to be the same. You know, it has to be similar. And I think the reason, and especially you are living that experience, because you need that experience, because it's showing you that you need to accept yourself as you are. You know, and because when you start accepting yourself as you are, and you start loving yourself unconditionally and as you are, you're going to be able to hold that space for your sister and for other people as well. So I know, like, I understand it's very it can happen, like your sister is triggering, is pushing your buttons sometimes. Maybe
Yeah. Sometimes we sometimes me too can is annoying to her, and she is annoying to me. There's sometimes like that, because she's a Leo, I'm a Pisces, like that. So two different personalities. She has belief her own, and I have my own belief, like that.
Yeah, and I understand, but I think when you get annoyed by something, that when she's pushing your buttons, or you get annoyed by something, it's something that she's trying to, the experience is trying to show that you have to work on yourself. Do you understand? It's not about her. It's about you. So if something it annoys you, it's something that you need to pay attention to. So I don't know the specifics of your situation, but it's like you are triggering each other, because you're both holding mirrors to each other that are things that you need to work on yourself. You know what I mean? So again, this is not about her. It's not about your sister. It's not about how she is, and it's also not about how you are, because you are both perfect as you are. You know, this is not about changing or anything. This is just about you shifting the focus from her. Just allow her to be as she is. You know, as different as she is, and just focus on yourself. Focus on, why am I feeling bad? Why am I feeling angry? Why is she pushing my buttons on this specific thing? You know, because maybe you're not, there are parts of you maybe you're not accepting, or not fully accepting, or fully facing as well, and maybe she keeps showing you that, so you need to start doing that work. And maybe you're doing the same for her, probably. You know, that's why you're having this experience. So does it make sense?
Yes. Being empath, is it when we meet someone, sometimes she's annoying. We don't know why, but kindly we felt what's in her mind or his mind like that. Is it uh normal for us?
Sorry, say again.
When sometimes we meet with people for the first time, or we meet we're with communication with people, sometimes we some particular people, it's annoying. Somehow we can feel what they're thinking, or what's in their is it like that?
Okay.
Is it always?
So you're saying that it happens with other people?
Yes.
Okay. So I think yes.
Yes, because I do not know if I'm mistaken, but sometimes when I come to face with a person, sometimes I can feel this is not truth, not will not no, it's not, it's lying, it's not telling the truth, like
Yes.
that. Sometimes, so definitely will deny, but I'm not sure sure. But with the mood, I can see I'm right. Is it like that?
Okay. Well, yeah, I think.
Because I don't want to be judging people, but that's how I feel sometimes
Okay.
on some person, not all.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, judging people, it's a lot. It has a lot to do with self-acceptance. You know, it's because it's because probably you're judging yourself too in certain ways. You know, it's again it's related with not fully accepting yourself. You know, and because because as empaths we're going to see things very often, going to see and feel things we don't like in other people, but it's just like a mirror to show us, you know, what again, it's a mirror shows what we need to face in ourselves. This is not about judging others, because others are on different journeys, you know, and every journey is valid, even if we don't understand it or if when we don't like it, you know. But it's the way people are, the way they are, you know. We cannot change anyone, and we can just face ourselves. And this is all about facing your own stuff, and just fully accepting yourself as you are, because when you do that work you're going to be able to see what other people are and feel what other people are, but without judgment, because it's their journey, it's their experiences, it's who they are. They need to be the way they are. They need their experiences to in order to evolve and to grow, you know. That's again, so it's all about spending time with yourself and understanding, why am I feeling this way, why am I feeling this, why do I need to work on myself, you know. That's the most thing. Is I think it's the most important thing, is when we shift the focus from others and why others are the way they are and what they do, the things they do, and we start focusing on why do I feel this way, why does that person annoys me so much, why you know, why does it bother me so much, why am I not facing something in myself that I need to, is there parts of me that I'm not fully accepting and are not fully loving, even if I don't like them, you know. Because you need to like and to love the whole of you. It's not just the beautiful parts, you know. It's the whole of you. It's also the shadows, the darkness that we all have. You need to love that, you know. You need to face them, you need to love them. That's how you transmute that negative energy into positive energy, is by facing them. It's by loving that part of yourself. And I believe that's part of the work we need to do, and maybe you need to do, and we all need to do. It's accepting and loving everything in ourselves, all parts. Does it make sense? Hello, Melinda?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just thinking of you know Susan, Susan, in we are empath group.
Yes.
Do you know her? Yes.
Sorry, say again.
Yes, you know her.
So I think I can't hear
Susan
you well.
Williamson.
Sorry.
I just PM. Later, I'll just PM. Maybe I'll just message inbox na later
Okay.
on.
Okay. Are you writing?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, if you have any question as well, you might, if you want to drop it in the comment box. Okay, Melinda, are you writing a question?
No, okay.
Okay, so while you write a question, I'm just gonna quickly just tell you guys about if you like to take this a step further. I have a program for empowerment for empaths on my website, which is a 15-day empowerment program, which is basically covers the coaching that I do, the one-on-one coaching that I do. And it's a program with coaching videos and also an ebook about empowerment for empaths. And it also includes a one coaching session of 1 hour private session with me. I'm doing a special discount for everyone that's watching this webinar, and for people that a lot of people registered for the webinar, but they said they couldn't attend at 7 p.m. London time, because I think it's quite early in the US especially. So, but even for them, I'm doing a special discount. Usually this program is $475. I'm doing $300 for everyone that's watching. I'm gonna post a link as well, and I'll send you an email afterwards with the link. So if you wish to enroll, also if you prefer, you can also. I have 3 spots of one-on-one coaching until September. That also for people that are watching the webinar. So if you prefer to do a one-on-one coaching, also we can have a session, a complimentary session together, one-on-one private session, and we can take it from there as well. So I'll send you an email with the links afterwards, so we can know a bit more information of what I'm talking about. All right. Okay. So are you writing a question, Melinda?
Huh?
Are you writing a question?
No. I can't. Maybe some other kind. I can't right now.
Okay.
No more questions. There's no more questions.
Okay, do you have any other question? Okay, well, okay, well, if you guys don't have any other questions, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post when it's ready. I'm gonna post a recording of this training today. I'm gonna post it on my Facebook group on Facebook. Yes, and I'll send you an email as well with a link, so you can watch it later if you wish to do so. Sometimes it's good to watch, again, because it's a lot to take in. It's a lot of information to take in. So it will be available afterwards as well. All right. So thank you very much for being here today and for watching. And so I wish you a very good, amazing day or evening or night, depends where you are, which part of the world you are. So thank you very much. Bye. See you soon.